Explanatory statements of the hidden Ba-ooda series for Imam Mahdi Nasser Muhammad Al-Yemeni. This statement was written by Imam Nasser Muhammad Al-Yemeni on 10 Rajab 1441 at 12:51 p.m. according to the official time of Mecca, mother of towns. Coronavirus is from the minor chastisement before the major chastisement, so they may turn to Allah. In the name of Allah, the All-Merciful, the Most Merciful, Allah's prayer of forgiveness upon His prophets and His loyal servants in every time and place, no fear for them from His chastisement, nor they shall grieve. Indeed, so often we advise the decision-makers, especially leaders of the Muslims, and the disbelievers in general, also those who turn away but they do not like the advisors. Anyway, the deniers have disbelieved in Allah's narration, whether the atheists or the polytheists or the Muslims, except upon whom my Lord has mercy from among them, and he earned good in his faith. Surely I left you to Allah, the One, the Supreme, who made me Khalifa of His over the worlds, to make me prevail against you by His way and His power. Confirming with the word of Allah the Most High, so leave me alone with him who rejects this announcement. We shall lead them on to destruction, from where they do not know. And I fill them with false hopes. Surely my plan is firm. Truthful Allah the Great. Al-Qalam 68, 44-45. Verily, here he is challenging you with the smallest of his soldiers that cannot be seen by the naked eye. Then he shook all countries of the world, the great and small, a major shake, while it is a mere human virus, that you do not encompass knowledge about it, wherefrom Allah invaded you by it, with which Allah is challenging the entire human medical scientists. Surely by no means, and they can never find an antidote vaccine for it as they claim, no matter what they announce. Do not let them seduce you. By Allah, they are indeed liars, although it is a tiny living creature from Allah's hidden soldiers. Even if the entire human medical doctors met for it, even if they were aiders and supporters to each other, they cannot and could never be able, by Allah's permission, in order for you to know that you do not encompass a thing of His knowledge except in what He pleases. Glory be to Him. But you are atheist people, and you will indeed see what you did not expect from the scheme of Allah's unknown soldier, coronavirus, the suffocator. And Allah leads them on to destruction, by means of His intelligent hidden way, to get to whom Allah pleases of their elite from where they do not know. And I see the World Health Organization do not consider it an international disease yet. In fact, with their claim that they will control it, they are indeed liars. How can they control Allah's chastisement? But I am Imam Mahdi Nasser Muhammad Al-Yemeni, a Khalifa of Allah over the worlds. I issue fatwa to you with truth that it is not a mere international disease, in fact a global chastisement, and since it is sort of minor chastisement before the major chastisement, then definitely the death toll is few initially, but now the infected ones are in the millions, yet many of them do not know that they are infected. And this is cunning from Allah, so they infect other people. They think themselves are secure from Allah's chastisement, suffocating the respiratory system, so it would constrict him breathing air little by little, as if he elevates up in the sky until he suffocates, because of the constriction of his respiratory system and its channel. So how Allah would not afflict the arrogant of whom Allah pleases from among them, while they deserve the most to be burned therein? Those who turn away from the reminder of their Lord, for they may return to Him, and Allah would annihilate of them whom He pleases from among them as admonishment to the worlds, for they may return back to their true Lord by pleading and supplicating to remove His chastisement away from them, promising Allah to follow His book, the Grand Quran, and asking Allah steadfastness who comes between them and their hearts, so they would beseech from Allah to make their hearts steadfast to fulfill what they promised Him, to avoid them His chastisement, then removes it away from them to follow His book, the Grand Quran, so they be of these who are guided aright. With what I want to seal this explanatory statement of mine is the call from Allah in His decisive book during an admonition of His chastisement by the chest disease. Confirming with the word of Allah the Most High, O people, there has come to you indeed an admonition from your Lord, and a healing for what is in the chests, and a guidance and a mercy for the believers. Truthful Allah the Great. Yunus 10:57. Surely this is a chastisement admonition, a wisdom for the dutiful ones. I know that this is a chastisement, pain and great horror to people, for they may repent, then worship Allah, Him alone, no partner for Him, and they repent from the grave sins, oppression and indecencies, what appears of it and what is hidden, secretly and openly. and they would make a complete ablution to worship Allah the One, the Supreme, then they do not call on anyone with Allah, and you should know the sure knowledge that it is a hidden global chastisement as a cunning from Allah the One, the Supreme. And it is not a mere disease as you claim, far from, very far, indeed you shall know, so flee from Allah to Him. Verily I am a clear warner to you from Him, and do not shut down His houses for who flee to their Lord to uphold prayer to their Lord, Him alone no partner for Him, and he who enters Allah's houses to worship his Lord he is secure from the virus of suffocation even if entered with him the infected ones who flee to Allah. Surely it would not afflict the righteous worshippers who believe, trust, and rely on their Lord, so trust relying on Allah if you indeed are believers. Know that coronavirus is a new chastisement of a mighty power, disease of chests, little by little until it cuts off the breath of whom Allah pleases, and who is healed from it let him know that it is not because of the physician's treatment, rather because of his supplication prayer to Allah the most merciful than all who have mercy. It should not be for them to find a cure treatment for Allah's chastisement to the fact it is not an affliction for purging what is in your chests. In fact, it is a chastisement that afflicts chests of whom Allah pleases of those whom among you turn away for they may return to Allah, and some of you whom death makes him die by chastisement of suffocation that is what they call it coronavirus, and it is only from the minor chastisement to many people for they may return, and plead to their Lord, so he would remove from them the evil of the chastisement consequently they would follow the grand Quran the true book from their Lord. By no means and never be removed from those who perform prostration on what they call it Turab al-Hussein, Hussein's dust. Indeed, Allah did not send down an authority with that, neither in the Quran nor in the Sunnah of the true explanatory statement from their Lord. In fact, they innovated it out of themselves, also by no means and would never be removed from those who call on who are in the graves to remove the evil. Surely, they do not hear their call and even if they heard they would not respond to them. And on Judgment Day they will deny associating them with Allah, and they would disown them and be against them. So how often we warned you and advised you to not call on anyone with Allah, but unfortunately most of them do not believe in Allah unless they associate others with Him. As well we warn the oppressors in general, their elites and whoever is next after them in countries of Muslims and the worlds, from the minor chastisement of Allah and other signs of chastisement until the major chastisement overwhelmed them. Those who were tyrants in the land, and oppressed their people unjustly then they increased mischief, indeed your Lord over them is a watchful tower. Thus we warn them from chastisement of asteroid of Al-Rajifa that will shake what beyond the Atlantic Ocean till the west of it in the United States of America, so it would stir up dust of their land's soil, then the soil of their land would fill the world's atmosphere, and a striking wave spreads over regions of this world in whole, and you shall indeed know that we are truthful by the permission of Allah Lord of the worlds. And planet Sakar, hellfire comes after that if the asteroid of chastisement did not cause remembrance to you. Verily keep your duty to Allah, O possessors of understanding minds. Verily, the promised major mischief in the land has come to the blessed Al-Aqsa Mosque, the first of two Qibla's direction of prayer. Indeed that the sanctity of Al-Aqsa Mosque with Allah is as the sanctity of the sacred mosque, Al-Haram, O you who sold Allah's exalted house. Surely you would never find from Allah a loyal friend nor protector from his chastisement, and you will indeed lose the world's life and the hereafter. That is the manifest loss. Verily I am a trustworthy advisor to you, and death came to you while you were heedlessly turning away. O our Allah, I have delivered the message. O our Allah, bear witness. And peace be upon the messengers, and praise be to Allah Lord of the worlds. Allah's Khalifa and his servant, Imam Mahdi Nasser Muhammad Al-Yemeni.